there's just always some new and stupid idea out there, let's face it. And so I'm not sure where this came from or how this would get going, but it's just kind of the thing that apparently gets traction somewhere within kids, and reading this and they are hearing about it and they start to think it's a cool thing to do. The same way you do if it happens on the outside skin. If you pour boiling water on your hand, you'll get a blister will form, it'll get swollen and inflamed, and that's a bad thing when it's out on the outside on your hand and it hurts and all that. But if it happens in the mouth or in the back of your throat, where some of those passages are really very narrow, that inflammation and blistering can cause swelling that can eventually cut off that airway. So if it burns the larynx or the voice box, very narrow space, and as that blisters and swells, then the child or the person involved just loses their ability to breathe. It'd certainly be painful, number one, but two, then the real danger to the person becomes as that swelling takes over, and then they're just not able to breathe. And there's certainly cases where people have seen this. If they make it to a hospital on time, they can get them intubated, get past that swelling, and support their breathing until the swelling comes down. But if that doesn't happen, then the person basically suffocates. Just so dumb. Who would think this is a good idea? But this is exactly highlights the problem. 9, 10, 11-year-olds are very concrete thinkers. They're not necessarily stopping, thinking things through and saying, does this make sense? It's just like, this is cool, somebody told me about it, let's try it. And that brings us to the other point, is that parents really need to be paying attention. The kids now can get into so many things so quickly. These bad ideas can pop up on the internet and in no time spread in communities or really around the country in a matter of hours to days. So parents just have to really be paying attention, asking their kids questions of what they're listening to, what are they hearing about, and then be ready to step in. I mean, in my day, my mom said, don't walk into traffic. Well, that seemed pretty intuitive as well, but this is the kind of thing that kids in this age range really need to be hearing from responsible adults. No, don't do that. That's dangerous, and here's why. And that's the part that they don't get when they look up something on YouTube or hear it from their friends. It's just like, here's another goofy idea, well, let's try that. This particular one will certainly cause pain no matter what, and in certain cases, as we found out, can actually kill somebody. The first thing you'd want to do is just get them to an emergency room. This really becomes a protecting their airway question very quickly, and I wouldn't want a parent to use up any time trying to do something in a home remedy or get ice cubes or something in there that would try and cool that down. That swelling can proceed fairly quickly, and nothing they're going to do at home is going to be able to keep that airway open if that really becomes the problem. So if a parent were to come across and realize their child had done this, I think they should just be to an emergency room quickly and make sure that this kind of progressive swelling is not occurring and that their child can breathe safely. Parents just have to be talking, actively asking them, what are they doing, what's the newest thing, what's going on, because there's just so many more opportunities for kids to come across a dumb idea that somebody's willing to tell them. And if you leave 9, 10, 11-year-olds, maybe a little older than that, sitting there talking about something, it starts to become a neat thing without really being able to think through the consequences of what could happen.